Hii serikali ya Ruto kila mahali ambao wanashika iko inaoza. Pale kila mahali inaoza, kila mahali wanashika inaoza, inanuka tu. Kwa sababu gani? Laana ya Mwenyezi Mungu. Waliiba wakameza ikakoma kwa koo, na hata itatoka hapo itatoka hapo.
Mambo apotea asipotee. Kasoko ni mwizi si mwizi.
Why Ruto has to go?
Ladies and gentlemen, today a bold claim was made that in the 2027 elections, there are two individuals who might actually outsmart President William Ruto at the ballot box. Many might raise eyebrows. Ruto is the sitting president, yes. He has machinery, he has incumbency, and he has resources.
Na hiyo 2027, nitakuwa nimejipanga mbaya sana.
But as we speak, shifting allegiances, voter sentiments, regional power plays, and the youth wave are reordering Kenya's political chessboard.
Wakisema one term, tunawaambia nini? Tunawaambia nini? Tunawaambia nini?
Kenya is heading to the 2027 general election just 2 years away. President William Ruto is widely expected to run for a second term. The opposition, however, is still scrambling for a strong, unifying candidate. In the 2022 election, Ruto won narrowly 50.49% versus Raila Odinga 48.85%. One of his strongest supports was the Mount Kenya region. That region gave him a landslide margin in many of its counties. For example, in the Mount Kenya region, Ruto secured about 78.25% of votes, while Raila got 21.77% of the votes. In fact, in 2022, of Ruto's total votes, a significant block, around 3.5 million votes, came from Mount Kenya alone, which many analysts attribute to his decision to pick Rigathi Gachagua as a running mate in the 2022 elections. But times are changing. The support in Mount Kenya is reportedly eroding for Ruto, especially with Gachagua's impeachment and fractures in that alliance. Also, demographic shifts, generational politics, and rising discontent over economic pressures are altering the playing field. Every presidency begins with confidence, speeches, promises, projects, the feeling that the future is certain.
Hawa watu wa mama mboga na ule wa bodaboda na hawa wa mkokoteni na wheelbarrow na huyo wa kioski na makanga, tutaunda serikali ya mahasla 2022. Wajipange. Yes.
But politics in Kenya is not a straight road. It's a chessboard full of traps. And as Ruto tightens his grip on power, cracks are already appearing. The economy is biting, the youth are restless, and the mountain that once roared his name is starting to whisper. Whispers that say, we are not happy. Whispers that could soon turn into votes against William Ruto. The first threat for Ruto, you already know it. A man who has fought every president since the early 2000s. A man whose political scars are a proof of survival, not defeat. Raila Odinga. Many thought his story was over after 2022, but lately he has been moving with the quiet patience of someone who knows that time has not yet buried him. He still controls the coast, Western still listens when he speaks, and the Nyanza base loyal to the last man. Raila may be older, but experience is his weapon. He knows where systems break. He knows where votes hide. And he knows Ruto's game because he has played it longer than anyone else alive. But Raila isn't Ruto's biggest fear. There's another name. One Ruto once called my brother, until loyalty turned to rivalry. His name is Rigathi Gachagua, the man Ruto trusted as his number 2, the man who delivered him the mountain. But today, that same mountain could be his downfall.
Ladies and gentlemen, that good Kenyan, my friend, whom I have worked with, especially on the economic model that now has famously been referred to the bottom-up economic model. and we started that journey together. He understands people issues. He is passionate about ordinary people. My brother and friend, Rigathi Gachagua.
Gachagua has been repositioning himself slowly, carefully as the defender of the mountain people.
If we agree Ruto to divide us, as a community we are finished. We face extinction. And the only way for us to stay afloat as a people is to make sure we remain united.
While Ruto talks about national development, Gachagua talks about our people. While Ruto meets diplomats, Gachagua meets elders. And every meeting, every handshake, and every church visit is a message. A message that says, when 2027 comes, Mount Kenya will not be taken for granted. Insiders say he is gathering a silent army, governors, MPs, local tycoons, all quietly preparing for the day they turn their backs on Ruto. And if Gachagua runs, he won't need the whole country, just the mountain. Because in 2022, Ruto's victory came from that very mountain. If it turns against him, even slightly, the numbers crumble. Imagine this, Raila controls the coast and western, Gachagua commands the mountain. Ruto holds the Rift Valley, but nothing more. It becomes a 3-horse race. A race where one misstep and one alliance gone wrong could end an empire. Ruto, the strategist, will suddenly be cornered by 2 men who understand him better than anyone else. Raila, the master of opposition wars, and Gachagua, the student who knows the teacher's weakness. If those two ever align their timing, even without joining forces, the 2027 election will be chaos. And in that chaos, power can slip silently, unexpectedly, just like it came. But there is something both Raila and Gachagua know and Ruto fears: the youth. They are not loyal to tribe, not impressed by titles. They are angry, jobless, watching everything online. And if they unite, they could swing an election faster than any political alliance. In 2027, it won't just be about who speaks loudest, but who listens deepest. So who can outsmart Ruto? Is it Raila Odinga, the veteran who never gives up? Or is it Rigathi Gachagua, the loyal deputy turned silent rival? Maybe both, because sometimes in politics, the fall doesn't come from the enemy outside, but from the one standing right next to you. Watch closely. The signs are already there. 2027 might not be the battle Ruto expects. It might be the one he never saw coming. In Kenyan politics, nothing is permanent. Not power, not loyalty, not even friendship. Let's wait and see in 2027 who will outsmart President Ruto.